Hey, Maxine here. A bit of Monday motivation for you. Have you ever heard this saying? I think I read this in the Lean In book by Sheryl Sandberg. One of the best decisions you can make for your career is decide on who you want to be with. So your partner, your husband, who you live with. And that is so true. I mean, so many women I work with, so many friends, even like relatives sometimes have said to me, listen, I'm trying to go for something in my career. I'm trying to do some amazing things, but my husband or my partner is just not supportive of me. He's dragging me down. It's just a nightmare. Can you relate to any of that? If you can, or you know someone who can, you are going to love this live because I'm going to share with you probably the most effective way to change him. So a lot of people are like, how do I change him? I've been trying to change him for years. It's not working. How do I change him? Well, let me just backtrack a little bit and share a bit of my story. So you may have seen on my page, I was in Canada last week with my incredible family. We went to Niagara Falls, we went to Calgary, loads of places. We had an incredible family holiday. We literally just got back Friday. It's now Monday, 3 days later, and I am heading off to Helsinki. I'm literally right now in the lounge getting ready to fly. That's my first trip this week to Helsinki, and then next week I'm going to go to Rome. All the while, my amazing husband, who also has an incredible job, busy job of his own, he's home, with our daughter. They're both jet lagged, waking up a lot of the night. And I say all of that to say, basically, I am not able to do half of what I, do in the world without my incredible husband. Like literally, I always say this, he is the wind beneath my wings. My career, I'm so blessed to say I'm at the top of my game career-wise and even going to greater heights, and he is a huge part of that. I literally would not be able to do half of what I do without him, but it wasn't always that way with us. There was times I'd be traveling, I'd feel so guilty, and things weren't as rosy as they are now. Nothing's perfect. I was going to say perfect, but I don't think there is a perfect couple. And if you meet them, I wonder if they're a couple of liars. Every relationship has its kind of ups and downs. Thankfully for us, the downs are fewer, and it's an incredible place. And like I say, my career is soaring thanks to this guy. Now, if you're an ambitious woman, you want to do great things in your career, and you are in a relationship, you need that support to be able to be the best you can be. And even if you're not in a relationship, what I'm going to share with you today actually applies for every relationship, whether it's with a different family member, colleague, wherever. If somebody's not supportive of you, there are specific ways to change them. So, if you're interested in that, stick with me. I'll share with you 3 quick tips on that. So first and foremost, if somebody's not being supportive of you, I'm going to talk about your husband now, but you can, figure this out for another relationship if that's the case for you. If your husband's not being supportive of you, the first tip I want to share with you is stop directly trying to change him. By telling him, oh, you have to change this or you have to change that, you end up becoming the nag, basically. And I don't know about you, but certainly with my husband, he doesn't like being told what to do. He doesn't like to be changed, or have somebody trying to change him. So I guess the first tip is don't, try to change him in the usual way. Typically, you have no idea really what his own soul's journey is about. You have no idea really what is going on in his life, what's going on in his heart. I know you might say, we're close, we tell each other everything, but nobody truly knows another person's soul's journey. That's for them and their creator alone. So he may be acting in a certain way or doing certain things that don't support you, but you have no idea really what that's about. That's none of your business. So tip number 1, don't try and nag or control or tell him he has to change. That's only probably going to make the situation worse. In fact, I've seen it with so many of my clients. It does make the situation worse. So number 1, know that you have no business changing him or trying to change him. You have no idea what his soul's journey is about. Number 2, and this is when it gets really good, this is where you actually have the power, because you might be saying, okay, so if I can't change him, how do I change him? I promised you that, so I'm going to share with you in tip number 2. Tip number 2 is what you need to focus on. Don't focus on him, trying to change him. Focus on this instead, which is your vision of who do you want to be? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to create? So I'm talking specifically about the career, but again, if it's not in your career, you can apply this to anything. What is your vision for whatever, your career, your life? Focus on that. So if you're saying, oh, he's not supporting me in my career of What is the career? What is the big vision that you're aspiring to? And get super, super clear on that. And once you're clear on that, figure out who do you have to be to step into that. That's what you should be focused on, not trying to tell him what to do or trying to control him or whatever. Be focused on who do you need to be to step into your big vision. So that typically does not involve the other person. Typically, it involves you. I know the work that I do with my clients, these are seriously ambitious women who are going for it in terms of in their careers, impacting the world, doing incredible things. Who you have to be to step into the big dream you have is enough work for you to focus on. So the more and more time you spend focused on trying to tell somebody what to do, trying to get them to, do this or do that, that's time taken away from you becoming who you need to be to step into the vision that you have for your life. That's where your focus needs to be, on that work. And leading to my third point, as you do that, you focus on your vision, you focus on stepping into who you need to be. Notice I didn't say what you need to do. A lot of the time we know what to do. Typically you ask somebody, hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'm busy. Everybody's busy with what they need to do. Who you need to be is way, way, way more effective than what you need to do. So focus on becoming the woman that has that vision. So once you do that piece, the third tip, and in fact, it's not really a tip, it's a result of you doing. Tip number 2 is as you change, as you become that woman who lives that vision of yours, chances are that person will change. That man that you're trying to change by telling him, you're trying unsuccessfully to change by telling him to change. As you become the woman that has that vision, he has to change. That's exactly what happened with me. I remember trying to tell my husband this, that, and the other, and he's also like me, very ambitious, going for it. And he was like, stop trying to tell me what to do. When I focused on my vision, what it was I was trying to create, becoming the woman that has that, there's things along the way that I noticed I was doing that affected him. And as I changed those things, he began to change, and he began to support me, and he began to be inspired by me, and he began to love me more, and he began to be the wind beneath my wings. So that, my dear, are the tips. Number 1, don't be a nag. Nobody loves a nag. Don't focus on trying to change somebody directly. You have no business doing that. The only person you have business changing is you. Number 2, focus on your vision and who you need to be. This is huge. It's not as simple as it sounds. Focus on who you need to be. Who is the woman that already has what you want? Become her. And as you become her, he will change. I promise you. So go ahead and share this message if you found it useful. And yeah, if you did find it useful, chances are there's women in your network that will find it useful as well. We need to stop devoting our precious energy on trying to change people. The only person you can and should be changing is yourself. And as you change, some people will fall away and the right ones will change as you change for the better. So hope you like that. Have a great week. Let me know what you think in the comments as usual. And I will basically share with you as I travel around to Helsinki and Rome some really cool videos or pictures or whatever. So watch this space for more of that. Have a wonderful week and I'll speak to you soon.